welcome back to the module arrays. We are going to implement the concept of array in a program. So let's write a program to calculate the average of n numbers. So let's implement this concept in the program. Here are the steps. First we have to collect the integer values in an array, then we have to add it, then we have to calculate the average by dividing the sum with n, and then we have to print the average. To implement the concept of array, first we have to declare the array and we have to initialize the array elements. So let's declare one array of integer data type, then the name of the array I am giving a, then the size is 5, and initialize the list of values. So I am taking randomly some values 3, 6, 4, 2, 7 followed by semicolon. Then I am declaring one more variable I, which will act as a counter variable, and to store the sum I am using sum variable and I am initializing it to 0. I am going to declare one more variable of float data type average to store the average. Now we have to use the loop to traverse all the elements of the arrays. Here we have considered total 5 elements, so it should traverse all the 5 elements. For that we are using for loops. For I is equals to 0, as you know, the index starts with 0. So in case of array we will start our loop with 0. Then the I will go less than 5, as we are starting with 0, it will go from 0 to 4, that is 1 less than 5. The next step is to increment the variable, that is I am using I++. Then here we have to calculate the sum. So sum equals to sum plus a of I. You can see here in pass 1 the value of I will be 0, as the index will always start with 0. So a of 0 will be 3. So we are adding to the sum. So initially the value of sum is 0. So 0 plus a of 0, which is 3. So 0 plus 3 will be 3. In the next pass the value of I will be 1. Then the previous value of sum is 3. So 3 plus a of 1, which is 6. So 3 plus 6 will be 9. Next time the value of I will be 2. So a of 2 is 4. And the previous value of sum is 9. So 9 plus 4 equals to 13. Similarly, 13 plus a of 3 means 2. So 13 plus 2, 15. In the next run, the value of I will be 4. So 15 plus a of 4 means 7. 15 plus 7 equals to 22. So we will get the sum 22. After calculating the sum, we need to calculate the average. Average equals to sum divided by total number of elements. So we have total 5 elements, so I am dividing by 5. Here you can see the sum is also integer variable and the 5 is also integer. So integer to integer division will give answer integer, so we will not get the exact answer. So I am using the concept of typecasting and changing the data type of one of the two values to float. Now the next step we have to print the average. Using printf statement I am going to print the message average equals to %f. As avg is of float data type, we will use %f and followed by the name of the variable avg and with the semicolon. Now let's save the file and click on build and run to check the output. You can see here we are getting the average of the 5 elements. In this way we implemented the concept of arrays. When we initialize the array elements, there is a restriction of working on the same set of values. To resolve this problem, we should use scanf statement so that we can enter different set of values when we run the program. We will be rewriting the same program using scanf statement. So when we are taking the array elements, first we have to declare an array. As you can see, I have declared one array named A of integer data type, but I have not initialized any values. Then we have to enter the size of an array. So let me print one message for entering the size of an array. Size of array means the total number of elements that we want to enter. So using scanf statement I will take, as it is an integer value, so I am taking %d the name of the variable I am taking is n. Now we have to enter the actual array elements. As it is not one element, we need loop to take the array elements. So for that I am using for loop. So I is equals to 0. As array index always start with 0, we should take it from 0 and the value will go 1 less than n, as we are starting with 0 and then I plus plus. Now we have to scan the values. So %d, as it is an integer data type, then we have to write ampersand and then name of the array, as we have to take the array elements. So the name of the array is A, and in square bracket we have to mention the index. You can see here in pass1 it will take a of 0, as the value of I is 0, then it will increment to 1, so it will take a of one element, that is the second element. Next time it will take third element, then fourth element, and it will go up to 1 less than n. I am using one printf statement and printing the message, so that we will come to know that we are scanning the array elements. And the rest of the statements are same. Now save the file, go to file, save as, and click on build and run to check the output. You can see here the cursor is waiting for the size of an array. I am going to enter the 5 elements. Now you can see the next message, enter array elements. So here we are going to enter the elements. So I am going to enter some random values. You can enter any value of your choice. So I have entered the 5 elements. Now you can see here, after entering the values, we are getting the average. So here we have the liberty to enter any values. So in this way we saw how to implement the array to enter a set of data. In the next video I have a challenge for you. Try to do it so that you will know how to work with the arrays. So keep learning, keep coding. See you in the next video.